identity. This is you separating yourself from you so you can see yourself in the mirror. Finally, theophany, epiphany. The sudden manifestation of a hidden powerful force that demands to be heard. So why aren't schizophrenics theophysists?
It's too far away.
Why aren't schizophrenics epiphanoclastic iconoclasts? Why are they not epiphanicals? See, we don't have a word for this. Why are they not epiphanies? Epiphanesicals. I don't know. I'm sorry. Let me know in the comments. You got a better word. We don't use that term because that would mean that the sudden manifestation of a hidden powerful force that demands to be heard is fucking real.
I need to get closer.
And at every point in this system you're looking at, first you needed to develop the emotional timbre to even have feelings. So you have Christ. You have like 33 AD. You have St. Jerome peeling his skin like bacon. Sorry to keep referencing that, but it's just true. You have these people that have no concept of even how to manage their emotions, looking for weird rituals, looking for things they can stick up their weird holes in their body to try and make themselves feel better about the feelings they have. They're looking for waterboarding, whatever it takes to somehow relinquish how horrible they feel. It gets so bad, their emotional temperance is so poor that they literally have to sacrifice their favorite animal that they raised from a youngling just to feel different. And you and I don't have a teacher in this world, sorry, President Company excluded, who's telling you that psychologically we were rudimentary back then. And that because we were so rudimentary, we had no way of extrapolating and protecting ourselves from our feelings, which means the very first emergence of what society said it would be a society that had learned how to ignore those feelings. And then only in second place, coming much later, is going to be these people that have cut off their ear, that are hiding in their room, because they see it all. They are theophanical. If they could survive in society, the noises would be too loud. The cannibalism, the combat nature of what it takes to survive in society. If this sounds negative, you're just not looking at hate pictures right. Just look up hate pictures. This doesn't have to be a Walking Dead scenario. But I want you to know that if you're the only person that can hear the zombie voices in everyone else's head in the room, you're going to feel like it's Walking Dead.
Not ready.
Then what's going to make you feel better about all those other voices is not accepting the boundaries too. That's what's going to make you feel better. And ultimately, this is what causes schizophrenia to fail. What I mean is that schizophrenia is generous. And it fails to be seen so naturally. It fails to be seen so hard that the neurons turn the fuck around and try and grow their way back. They try and leave. They try and leave the place. How could you rewrite the internal constitution?
Do that yet.
In the United States and UK, another slide that does this a little bit better, I think. Yeah. That lady I told you about earlier, Durham, started to research what is the social differences. We talked about this last week. I literally came on the show and I said, you know, it'd be fucking great if like a scientist would like look at all the hallucinations and how they change everything. Well, she did. She was like, James, I'm right here. And here's what she said. The Western profile, much more violent autonomy. This is US, UK, a little bit of Australia too in here, by the way. Hyper-individualistic nations like the United States, United Kingdom show nearly identical high severe symptom profiles. Voices are almost exclusively hostile, anonymous, and disembodied. It's very important to hear that. Synonymous and disembodied, they're not related. They don't even have an identity. Sufferers in these countries are uniquely prone to hearing graphic commands to self-harm or kill themselves. Because these cultures treat the mind as a private fortress, the voices are universally experienced as an aggressive medical assault on personal autonomy. That's what she said about this. I have a little bit different opinion on this, but I mean, obviously, you should totally listen to her and lose absorb what she's saying. The Indian profile, domestic command. Notice how this is different, specifically on family. Sufferers in India do not have a universally positive experience. Their voices are often highly intrusive and debilitating. Over half the patients hear the distinct, recognizable voices of living family elders, spouses, or neighbors. Instead of commanding violence, the voices command social compliance, ordering them to clean up, do chores, or get dressed. The illness manifests as an oppressive, demanding extension of family dynamics rather than a violent enemy. Before I go on, can you see what is happening here? Ladies and gentlemen, I have told you about the book Wonders in the Sky before, which shows you a historic perspective. I'm happy to go over this. A historic perspective of how UFOs have changed over time as culture has changed, the vehicles that they drive in change, and you're seeing the same thing here. The social psychosis changes from region to region, and I think that the reason why this psychosis changes is such a huge clue because it's telling you the background noise, the timbre that each society makes, and the timbre of US and UK is hyper individualistic. It is full of voices that are hostile and anonymous and disembodied. They are not connected to the land. I've used this analogy before, it's not even a joke. This is like some of the realest shit you will hear, because in order for you to be transported to a new world, you're going to have to cut your roots. And in order for cut your roots, you're going to have to become dehydrated. And in order to be dehydrated, you're going to turn yourself into a cracker. And people calling you crackers because you learned this skill, you learned this ability to transplant yourself across an ocean. And because of that, the voices that you see, the voices that you hear around you are almost exclusively hostile, anonymous, and disembodied. They're not related to you. But in India, you are hearing the social background of clean your room, get dressed, do chores, clean up. We got to get this shit together. We are living together in this. We are together in this. And none of us are going to eat this cow. Fuck, it would be good, but we're not going to do it. It's showing you the timbre of that society, isn't it? It's showing you that the voices are there. I swear to you guys, this is showing you that the voices are there, and the fact that all of them are hallucinating the same sounds, but the sounds are different, is proving to you that there's a texture to the psychosis. The psychosis is the actual
I can't do that yet.
Say it better. I didn't say we now have to convert. I didn't say let's roll into something like that.
I can't do that
I'm
yet.
telling you, this is the best we can do. This is the best we can do. In West Africa populations like Ghana, the experience is defined by externalized spiritual authority. Check this out. It's complete. They're not even there. Sufferers overwhelmingly report that their dominant, loudest voice is a literal voice of God. Explicitly state that while they hear occasional negative background whispers, the dominant voice of God acts as a protective shield, commanding them to ignore the bad voices. This reframes the illness as an active spiritual struggle with a benevolent God, resulting in significantly less dread. One of the most moving stories I read when I researched my last book, Black Eye Club, I was reading about what it was like to be a game warden. I read about that for months. And one of the things that I found out of all the crazy ass stories, and believe me, game wardens have a lot of crazy ass stories, one of the things that moved me the most was how this game warden chased this guy, rhino killer, down for days. This guy was shooting at him, was like deadly. Finally catches up with him, finally gets him. The first thing he does is he gives him a cigarette. The game warden gives him a cigarette. It's such a different psychology, guys. It's such a different psychology. And if we could taste that for a week, I think it would blow everyone's mind. It would make you really, really see the jungle very, very differently. And things about being in Africa is because you're on that plateau, because you're so sequestered. A lot of people don't know that, but it's sequestered because it's built on top of this shelf that's so fucking high that in order for you to set up, you're going to need like gondolas out the wazoo to even start to build an economy there. So you think that it has everything it needs, but it's got this one big issue, which is it's elevated and placed on this sacred altar, pedestal. And the people living on that pedestal think God talks to them all the time. Sufferers in China experience a highly distinct political, socially oriented symptom structure, very different. Rather than aggressive, violent, or religious commands, patients in Shanghai report voices that use benevolent persuasion. These Chinese voices focus heavily on neighborhood politics, civic duties, societal expectations. Sufferers usually know the specific identities of the voices, and the tones are experienced as critical society pressure rather than individual terror. See, these are the echoes of prana, the energetic energy of how you really feel versus what you say. And if the schizo sees that, it hears that, but it's being forced to hear that alone. And because it's being forced to hear that alone, it's having to hold that space for everyone, and it can't do it. It can't do it, man. It's too much. If you want to read this paper by Lerman, I mentioned her name. This is kind of a background doctor. Actually, she's not a doctor, but that's okay. Tanya Lerman. She was Western Medical Journal of Schizophrenia, conducted a famous landmark study. She interviewed individuals diagnosed with schizophrenia across 3 distinct regions: San Mateo, California, Chennai, India, and Accra, Ghana. As I told you before, the harsher voices.
Greetings, wanderer.
Now, she says it's because society is more individualistic. But I don't...
Tell me of your
the
troubles.
reason why I differ on that is because Africa has a really interesting idea about what they consider sanity, too. Even their definition of sanity involves the ability to deceive. The ability for you to have a soul, I should say, is your ability to deceive. Your ability to hide things, believe it or not, in Africa is really the essence of who you are. And these concepts like Zuru, concept we talked about before, is the idea of being so see-through. The Zulu and Xhosa perspective in South Africa, auditory and visual distress is recognized as ubizo, a spiritual calling from the ancestors. To ground the crisis, the individual undergoes ukuthwasa, a guided training process where the mind learns to structure chaotic imagery. They literally are trained in schizophrenia. They're trained in shamanism.
I hope
They
you
return
find
the
these to
community
your
as a
liking.
Sangoma,
May the red
respected
crane.
turning the vulnerability into a social asset. This calling, ukuthanwasa, a person cannot simply choose to be a Sangoma. They must be called by their ancestors through a spiritual illness or vivid dream. Ignoring the call is believed to bring misfortune. This lady that you see, she's wearing goat bladders on her head. These goat bladders, every time you go to sacrifice, this bladder is sealed with air like this little balloon. So she wears this crown almost to remind people of how many things have had to be sacrificed for her to stay alive. It's interesting that the white beads on her hair are supposed to symbolize humility. Humility. The shaman is an asset, at least over there. And a lot of these ceremonies are built around the fact that the shaman would be the first person that would even know something's wrong. They'd be the only person sometimes that would know what's wrong. The experience of Ubizu.
Hello.
People with Ubizu often
May
experience
the mists
recurring dreams,
protect you.
persistent physical
Next one is
ailments
on
such
me.
as sore feet, backaches, or headaches, panic attacks, and a sudden urge to isolate themselves. I'm not going to tell you how many of these I've said, so I think you probably have too. The condition is often referred to as spiritual sickness. It is believed these symptoms will not be cured by Western medicine until the individual acknowledges and answers their call. This is America's version of the shamanic crisis.
There is no hurry. May the
When the
mist.
individual recognizes or is diagnosed with Ubizu, they must undergo an initiation process called the Ukuthwasa or Intwaso. During this period, the chosen individual becomes a student under the guidance guidance of an experienced traditional healer. The initiation allows them to learn how to interpret their ancestral message, work with healing herbs, and safely manage their spiritual gifts. So a schizophrenic is not sent to an institution.
What is your hurry?
Somebody
Stay
who trains
focused.
them. Somebody's able to help them.
Patience.
Hello, Jade
First of all, feel sane.
Greetings.
Second of all, find a way to use this ability as a service to the
Travel
community.
safe.
This is a commodity. This is seen as a commodity there.
Welcome.
But the
I hope
entire
to see you
structure
again
of
soon.
like what is considered
What? Oh, you can? Cool. Yeah, I'm playing WoW. Yep. Is that weird?
cycle up.
It's been a while.
Huh?
Welcome. Next one is on me.
It fails to be seen so hard that the nerve is out. The shaman is an asset.
What?
You
Okay.
are most welcome.
Hello. There is no hurry. May the mists protect you. Tell me of your travels, Jade Serpent.
Was that right?
Tell me of your travels.
Of course. Now I get the dungeon queue right as I'm doing the cutscene. I think I skip it. It looks pretty cool though. Change.
Oh, hello, Zach. It's good of you to restore the anti-stone style.
I am not sad.
Alright.
I am
doing it.
Chen, Stormstone.
Oh.
What's it? Wasn't they doing to our ailment? Do that yet. Hey, you! Those are our flying that yet. That ability isn't ready yet. Not ready yet. I can't do that yet.
Disconnect. Better stop streaming. Maybe. It's not usually a problem though. What would it be? I'm not sure. But I think I gotta. If I lag anymore, I'm gonna end the stream. Which I think that was lag. I think that was that.